Hello, this is Paladin Prepper, and I wanted to give you another update on the Back to Eden garden, and just to give you some idea of the reference point. Here is the section of the beautiful potato plants that are coming up. I guess pretty soon I can take this rope down. We wanted to make sure after we planted them that we didn't tromp all over that area, and we put up the 3 stakes and a rope just to remind us what section we had planted that in. And what I'm going to do here is I'm planting asparagus along this this cattle panel here. And the reason why we're planting it on this side instead of this side is because on this side there's going to be shade here because of all the beans that are going to be going up in the middle here. So to make sure we get some good sunlight on these asparagus, we're going to plant them on this side. Now the instructions say to dig a hole a foot deep, 12 inches deep, and then mound up a combination of about 8 inches high, a mound that is 1/3, not mulch, but compost. And as I said, I have plenty of rabbit manure, which I mix with leaves and other things that comes from my pyramid composter. And so I'll mix that in, make my mound, and so that's what that looks like. And so now I'm going to cover that up and we'll continue with the process. You know, I just love the whole work smarter, not harder concept, and the instructions say that you're supposed to plant these asparagus 12 to 18 inches apart. Well, when I'm planting this thing next to a cattle panel, and in fact I planted it right here at this rib right here. That's where the center of that thing is planted. Well, it just comes to find out by putting the old tape measure out that 2 ribs apart is, look at there, 16 inches. Well, that's between 12 and 18. So why overthink this thing? If I just plant one every 2 ribs, they're all 16 inches apart. So that's what I'm going to do. Now, when you're working in your Back to Eden garden and you need to dig something and you pull back some of the mulch to get down to dirt so you can dig a hole, don't you just love to find one of these in your garden? They're plentiful everywhere. Alright, now I've thought of an idea. Something crossed my mind just to help me to keep track of where I'm putting these, because once we get going here, I don't want to lose track of where they are, and I don't want to have to go down and count. Before they come up, I don't want to have to go back and count. So what I've done is I put a little green zip tie on each one of these as a locator, just to remind me before they come up. And it's hard to do this one-handed. I just put in just enough to fill, just so it's about 1/3 of what that mound is going to be. Put in the rabbit manure and other compost elements, and then go ahead and put in some of it. And then what I do is take my shovel and do that. And I better answer my phone. So anyway, as I was saying, what I do then after I drag some dirt in there is just take my shovel and put my shovel down like so and give it a little pull in this direction. Just kind of make a place for the roots to go. You got on all four sides. Just kind of bring it in a little bit, and that seems to work nicely. I've actually found that when you're opening this thing up, actually if you just turn it upside down and work with it a little bit, that spreads apart pretty well, like so. Well, as these things often go, you sometimes have to make a course correction. Here's what I've been doing. I just put my foot up against the fence here and put my heel down and said, okay, that's about the right distance from the fence. But my wife reminded me that, you know, if I would just go ahead and plant them a little bit closer to that fence, we'd save more space for more vegetables out in this other area. And plus, then I realized, of course, the closer you have it to the fence, the easier it is going to be to tie it when it gets really tall. You want to be able to tie that asparagus up so it won't bend over and break. So the rest of these, I'm going to put a lot closer to that fence. And you know what? These that I've planted out here are not going to care that the rest of them are closer to the fence. Okay, cat's cradle. And there's the fence. And there it is, close to the fence. There we go. Well, by the time I finished planting the entire row, it was after dark, so I wasn't going to be able to get very good video by then. But now you can see that I have them all planted, and as you can see, I've got the green zip ties all along the way there. And I've went ahead and left the mulch pulled aside. I'm going to wait for them to come up a little bit. Once they show themselves, then I'll go ahead and gather that mulch back around them, and we will have asparagus a while. Just wanted to give you a final view. Salad and prepper.